Was James Conner held up this week, and where are you leaning on?
Good, good. We'll see how he does today, but trending in the right direction.
If he plays on Sunday, what does that do to complement Kyler? How does that help Kyler?
I mean, he's our workhorse in the run game, so it'll be good to get him back, and it helps not only Kyler, it helps our team.
With depth on the offensive line, and we saw Carter added to the injury report yesterday. That's just minor, or what's your thought?
He should be. He'll practice today. He should be good to go.
You talked about being a violent team when you first got here. You know, Connor seems to be one of those guys that runs with a violent manner. What kind of tone is that?
Yes, he does. I mean, he can, break tackles and hit in yardage. He gets hit in yardage. He's a violent guy with the ball in his hand. So if he's out there, it would be good to have him back.
Is it one last day with practice with Kyler, or have you made a decision on the quarterback?
Yeah, Kyler's going to start.
He said he was ready to go. He said he's obviously excited. I remember when you first got here, the big videos you going choom 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 with him. How excited are you to finally get him on the?
Or was that with Rondell? No. I'm excited for the guy. I've seen what he's had to go through the last, 8 months or so, however long I've been here. What he's put into it and how bad he wants to be out there and the competitor that he is. He wants to be out there with the guys and help his team win. So that's what I'm most excited to see.
Have you guys been able to generate so much pressure, not having to send 6 guys? It's usually been like 4. And how does that benefit you as a defense?
Yeah, you want to affect. I mean, one of our staples of defense is affect the quarterback pre and post snap. So I think the defensive staff has done a really good job of getting creative, using our guys' skill sets. You see, we have different packages out there at times. And it's really a credit to the players of executing what they have to do with those calls. The back end lines up with the front. When you generate pressure, typically you're taking away the first read of the quarterback, or even things like the look might make the quarterback, once he gets the ball in his hand, have to take a tick of time to evaluate what the coverage structure is, and that gives the rush time. So I think they go hand in hand, but it's a credit to the players, and we have some things that we got to clean up with known pass. But every game plan is a new game plan. We put a lot on their plate because every offense that you're playing, every quarterback that you're playing is different. So it's a thing that we spend a lot of time on because those are, high leverage snaps that can impact the game.
Do you feel like a long time coming with him back on the field time?
No, not really. Like I said, I'm glad to get him back, and I know he's ready to get out there and see how it goes.
How excited are you for everybody else that's going to be able to benefit from this? Hollywood Brown said that Kyler's been in the huddle during practice. He's seen him smiling, and that's kind of made everyone else smile.
Yeah, I mean, he can make plays, and he has the ability to elevate his teammates' game. So I think that's what they're excited about, and they're excited about to get the guy in the huddle too. You know what I mean? The guy, they like the guy. We all love the guy. So that's probably why they're smiling a little bit.
You've talked, and Drew talked earlier about the expectations and all those things is maybe a little slow in the beginning, and then we asked Kyler about that yesterday, and he said you told him that to his face, and he said I laughed.
Yeah,
so
he
what's
did.
Your thought on all
he
that?
laughed right in my face. Well, he is who he is for a reason.
Kyler talked about just the culture change and what he's seeing, and Humphreys has spoken about it, Baker spoke about it, Kyler spoke about it. How much does that mean just to know that message is being heard and being received as well as it is?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good because I think they understand that there's a direct correlation of putting yourself behind the team as it relates to winning. I told those guys when we got here, like, that is how we want to build the team, and that's how we want to go about our business. And they've taken to that and been very good with it. And they know that, it can be a cutthroat business at times, but moves that we make that's for the betterment of the team, of what we're trying to get accomplished with the guys in the locker room as well. So they understand that, and they're good with it. They're on board, and their attitude and their daily work habits, day in and day out, I like our process. So, and it's really a credit to the leadership in the locker room, truthfully, because if you don't have that and that's not strong, I can say it, but it doesn't happen. So those guys hold each other accountable, and they're on board with how we want to go about things here.
Kyler also said you and he hit it off right away. I mean, were you expecting that? I mean, is that something you aimed to do right away when you first met him?
No, you just start building a relationship with all the players when you get here. You know, when you're a new guy on staff or you're a new coach or whatever, you know, it's a relationship business, you know, so you have to build those relationships off the field before you build them on the field. But to say we hit it off, I think we see the game pretty similarly. I think we both are pretty competitive in our own right, which he likes. And I think that he likes things black and white, and you know, there's times you have to live in gray, but I'm pretty black and white. So I think he appreciates that. And then on the offensive side, you know, with those hirings and those people onboarded that we brought here, I think he appreciates how those guys talk to him and coach him, hold him accountable, what they're looking for in an offense, how they coach things. And, you know, I think he's in a good spot.
You mentioned what you just said. What have you learned about coaching him and how he responds to coaching?
Everybody's different, but you got to tell him what it is, and he responds.
You mentioned the type of opportunities that's going to open up the door with Kyler coming back. Do you look at this kind of like a fresh start for the next couple of weeks? Obviously, I know that the previous couple of weeks, you're always going to be taking that into consideration, but is it like a fresh start, a fresh opportunity in a sense?
No, I told the team today, like, you have to approach this week like we're 0-0, and that's how we go about our business every week. And, you know, you can't live in the past because, you know, I've told you guys why we don't live in the past, but all our focus and energy is into Atlanta.
When you talk about Kyler, you talk about his competitive nature. It's almost like he hates losing more than he likes winning. When you get a guy that's that competitive with the talent that he has, I mean, how valuable can a player like that be, especially in his position?
Very valuable, and I think that's one of the reasons that he elevates other people's games. You know, he's not he's going to do what he's coached to do at a high level, and he's going to make sure that his teammates do the same.
Buda and Nick talked earlier this week, mentioned the obvious importance of takeaways.
Yeah.
And have been in the last couple of weeks. But
Yeah.
the thing I wanted to ask about is, even when you get them capitalizing, and especially in plus territory, that's been a little issue. I don't want to live in the past, but what is the importance of that, and how much has it been?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, sometimes how the ball bounces, honestly, there's execution to the other side coming back out. But what you're trying to do is steal possessions. That's why it's a huge it's a winning stat. And then, you know, with stealing possessions, are you capitalizing and scoring points off of it? You know, that's, I think, what they're getting at there, or what you're getting at, Howard. But, yeah, I mean, anytime you take the ball away, or that's explosive plays go into that too. When you get down across your 50, you'd like to see that scoreboard tick. And so we just got to do a good job with execution and make sure we're coaching up the right things and capitalize on those opportunities.
Does the way Arthur kind of deploys his playmakers specifically make it tough for game planning, more so than maybe other schemes?
Yeah, very tough. Very tough. You know, he uses a lot of groups. He uses those guys a lot of different ways. That's kind of one of his secret sauces. He's extremely smart and detailed about how they do that. You hear us talk about, you know, playing to our guys' skill set and maximizing their skill set. That's what he's doing when he's doing that. So if a guy doesn't do A, B well, and he does C really well, he puts him in position to do C most of the time. And that's with all his people. So that's why he's, you know, a really good football coach.
Are you taking a minute at all this week to kind of think about you guys going from sharing a closet 10 years ago to where you both are now?
No, not really. I'm glad that part of my career is over.
Is there a chance in your mind for DJ and Will on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see how they go today. You know, and that might be all the way leading up to game time. But they're both trending in the right direction. We just got to see if they're healthy enough to play. Yeah, we'll see what happens today, and then we'll go from there, you know, but feel good about the room and how we're going to deploy those guys and who's going to get the touches and all that, and if they're out there, we feel good about them.
Are you gonna miss the daily Kyler questions and the status updates, and now you get to just talk about how he's gonna perform on Sunday?
Well, Bob's not here today, so, no, yeah, I mean, that's, when you have a player like Kyler going through what he went through, I understand the questions, I appreciate the questions, but I am glad that's over.